So today, Salman Rushdie testified in the trial of a man who is accused of trying to murder him. His testimony was very even-tempered, even-keeled, very articulate. His memories, even as he acknowledged the traumatic setting of what happened. A couple of times he even found moments to make a joke. He referred at one point to his eye, his eye had been stabbed to the point where he can't see out of it anymore, and he referred to having surgery on that eye in which they had to seal it shut, and he talked about how painful it was, and then he kind of smiled and turned to the jury and said, "I don't recommend it." The cross-examination was very brief. It was very mild. The defense attorney even was relatively polite, at one point even a little bit starstruck. She began by asking him about all the various awards he had won, and noted that he had been in a few movies, and then she kind of said, "You'd be surprised to know that Bridget Jones's Diary is my favorite movie." He had a cameo in that, and I guess he thought that was kind of amusing, and he said, "Yes, it's my most important work." She tried to challenge him as much as you could challenge him. She tried to kind of question whether he really could remember it all very well. Was he too traumatized to remember it well? And this is something he kind of pushed back on, and his memories were quite clear. If there was something he didn't remember precisely, he would say so. It should be noted this is the first time that he was in the same room as the man accused of trying to kill him. There was no indication of them acknowledging the other. The defendant, for the most part, kept his head down. Once in a while would look up, but kind of blankly. You didn't get a sense that he was really reacting to what Rushdie was saying. Rushdie, for the most part, looked just straight ahead, glanced off to the jury a couple of times, because a couple of times he had to show the jury things. He would show them a scar he had, or just make an aside to the jury. It should be noted his wife, Rachel Eliza Griffiths, a writer herself, was in the audience, in the courtroom, seated in the second row, reserved for family members. She became quite emotional a couple of times, quite tears in her eyes.